everybody, and welcome to another edition of The Doctor Whisperer. I'm Sharon Feckerty, and I'm very happy to bring you today Carol Coniglio. She is a keto health enthusiast. And Carol doesn't know this, but I just started keto on Monday. Ring-a-ding-ding. Right, so now I'm not going to bring her in yet because I want to tell you how I met in bunny ears. If you're listening, that's what I'm doing right now. But if you're watching, I don't even know what the hell this is. I was scrolling through Facebook and I see this woman with a t-shirt on that says Dublin. That's my first attraction. And then I just hit play because, she's excited. I have no idea what's happening. I just know she's excited. And I wanted to be excited. So I hit play and so it's like listening to home because it's listening to my family. I hear the Dublin accent and she's so excited about this product that she's drinking, she's like, she's going all over the place. She's here, but the enthusiasm was coming out of her eyeballs. I was excited by the end of it. I didn't even, and I'm one of those people that don't watch the whole thing, based mostly on her excitement for this product that she was talking about. So you and me, the viewer, you and me listening, are going to learn more about this woman together because that's all I know. Oh wait, she lives in Clearwater. I know that. She's got some kids. And she's like doing a marathon, like, oy, another one of these people. Here we go. Welcome to the show, Carol. That is jealousy talking.
So nice to see you, Sharon. Thank you so much for having me on. What an introduction. Wow, thank you so much. That's awesome.
I always like people to kind of be surprised about what they don't know that I know of them and how this has kind of come to be. So I am very excited to hear all about. Oh, and then Carol reached out about recommending a doctor, and I recommended Tracy Allen Jones, the sports massage enthusiast. But let's hear about you, Carol. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on, and also talking to one of my home girls from Dublin, Ireland. So, that makes me feel so, it just warms my heart when I meet somebody that was born and raised in Dublin too. So it's great to connect with you.
I was not born and raised in Dublin.
Oh, you weren't?
No.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, my parents.
Oh.
I was born in Long Island.
Oh. Can you hold on for one? I'm so sorry. I have somebody at the door. Can you hold on for one moment?
Of course.
Sorry.
I'll entertain everybody while you go and answer the door.
Hold on.
This is the best. Let's hear who's at the door.
Yes. Get in. Come on.
So, you know who was at the door, everybody? A stripper. And she came back. That's how bad it was. All right, Carol, let's go.
Oh, we're back. We're back
and better than ever. So
we're back and better than ever. So a little bit about me. We actually came here on vacation many years ago by freak accident, and loved it so much. And we literally thought we knew the area, and we were literally like, we knew about this much. And we had such a great time here that we decided to relocate here a few years later. So that's how we came to be, myself and my husband, who's originally from New York, Buffalo, New York. And we moved here in 2004, and the rest is history. Now we have 2 boys and 2 dogs and a house, and we love it here. And it's just been an incredible journey so far. We've grown so much here together. I worked in the sports industry for a while. I worked for the Tampa Bay Rays. My husband worked for the Lightning for a while. He's in culinary arts, a chef for many years. I used to call myself a chef widow's wife because he was always missing. People didn't believe I actually had a husband because he was never with me. As you can imagine, working long days, nights and weekends. But over the years, we decided to, start a family. And in 2012, our first son was born, Tadhg and Coniglio, and he was a blessing. And the only thing was he was born special needs. We didn't find out until he was born. Everything showed to be normal up until the very day that he was born. And we found out that he was born with Down syndrome. So that was quite a setback for us, as far as, a surprise. Everything we had imagined and envisioned going forward has now changed.
Yes.
So we were spiraling a little bit out of control as far as, thinking about the future. Could we financially afford this? How would he be treated? How were we going to be able to raise this child to the best of our abilities? We loved him from the minute we saw him, and he was just a gorgeous little thing. But we were fearful for the future, for how he'd be accepted into society, and we really didn't know all about the medical side of Down syndrome. So in the weeks and months ahead, we waded through uncharted waters and did what we had to do to find doctors and specialists to be able to equip ourselves as best as we could to help him. And as the years went on, we got better and better. And I decided to leave my job from the Tampa Bay Rays in 2013 to take care of him full time, because he needed that one-on-one attention. And I wanted to be able to mimic what the therapists were doing for him, and do that at home. So I poured into him pretty much from the get-go. Sorry.
I know.
I get emotional.
Of course, everything. And I feel it. What an incredible way to start your journey into a family. And
yeah, it was.
I mentioned before, I ran a pediatric practice for 8 years. So, it's such a special gift when you are, a parent taking care of a special needs child, because from what I've heard, and I'm sure you're going to say that I've never heard it different, as much as the child might think that you're helping them, they're helping you so much more. Immensely.
So I just started, like I said, I threw myself into, teaching him and helping him be the best version of himself from the get-go. I taught myself how to sign so he could communicate with me, because we didn't know when he'd be able to talk. And his biggest deficit was gross motor. So, he was in PT, he was in OT, he was in speech therapy, he was in feeding therapy, and we were doing everything we possibly could. And we would drive anywhere to get him whatever he needed. That was never an option. So he just thrived, and he just brought so much love and joy to our lives. And he was just the most amazing little thing ever. And like I said, his gross motor was his biggest deficit. So I knew I wanted to bring him everywhere with me. And actually, how I actually started getting into running was by freak accident. It was actually because of Tadhg. I wasn't a very good runner in school. I didn't like long distance running at all. And to be quite honest with you, it looked like I was going to die, because I was an asthmatic. So I'd be huffing and puffing, even literally like jogging down the street. So only short runs were good for me, not long distance. So as a way to kind of deal with the worry and the stress of his diagnosis, I just threw my sneakers on one morning. My mom was over from Ireland helping us, and I just needed to get out of the house, and I needed to just stop thinking and stop my brain. I was like the hamster on the wheel, just spinning out of control, envisioning a future before I've even taken it day by day. So I just started running, and those runs became better, stronger, and longer. And then when he turned 1 and he was strong enough to sit up in a stroller, I started running with him. So we started doing jogs together, and I started bringing him out on the causeway, and he loved it. The wind in his hair, it was fantastic. And then my competitive nature kicked in, and I said, you know what, let's start doing some races. Okay, let's start doing some races. So,
oh, hello.
He is right here. This is the guy right here.
Hello there. Who's this handsome boy?
Can you say hi to Sharon?
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, so handsome.
Thank you. So we started running together, and those 5Ks ended up becoming 10Ks.
Wow.
And we did the 10K turkey trot here in Clearwater, and then we did the 15K Gasparilla, and then I wanted to do half marathons with him, but my stroller wasn't allowed in, so I did the Iron Girl half marathon twice, and the holiday half marathon, and then I wanted to do something more.
All with your son? You did all those races with your son?
I did all the races except the half marathons. I did up to 15K with him. I wasn't able to bring the strollers into the half marathons. They wouldn't allow me. So I did them by myself. But then I wanted to break out and do something more. So then I did a duathlon 2 years ago.
I never even heard of a duathlon.
It's kind of like a triathlon, except you're not swimming, running, and biking. It's run, bike, run. Okay. So the swim portion you're running too. So I did that, and that was fantastic. And here I'm now training for a marathon. And I said, that's absolutely ludicrous. There's no way in God's name I'll ever do that. It's just too crazy and too taxing on the body. And here I am training for a marathon. It was actually the Chicago Marathon that was just canceled due to COVID, obviously. But it's being deferred till next year. But I'm still running it October 11th because I promised my mom I was going to run it for her.
Wow, good for you. So tell us about your mom.
So my segue into running was because of my son, right? And then that was my big why. And now my mom is my big why for the marathon. So my mom was diagnosed about 3.5 years ago with MSA Parkinson's. It's multiple syndrome atrophy Parkinson's, which is a rare form. There's no cure for it. So she does not respond well to the man-made form of cinnamon, which is the dopamine, which is contributing to a lot of the symptoms in Parkinson's patients. And it actually affects I can't think of the name of it. It's the anabial nervous system.
Right.
It affects your motor.
I know what it means anyway.
It affects your motor skills, your bladder, your equilibrium, your balance, coordination, all of that. So we were devastated, and I still am to this day, obviously, over it. She was the youngest of 17 children, believe it or not. Amazing. 17, youngest of 17. I know. My grandmother was an amazing lady. She passed away in 2007 at the grand age of 98. So yeah, and she still had everything intact. She was incredible. So my mom took care of her for the last 10 years of her life, and gave her the best years. And it was wonderful to have Nan around for those extra years. And then my mom, she gets struck with this disease, and it was just like, why my mom? This is not fair. And I was spiraling out of control, thinking like, there has to be something more. How can we fix this? And I was so upset last year over it. I spent a lot of time crying over it, and just getting really down about it. And sorry, I get really emotional.
It's okay. This is real talk here.
Yeah, we
need to hear this so we can help other people.
Yeah, absolutely. So I knew I wanted to do something to help, and being so far away makes it so much harder too. I felt guilty even living here and not being there for her. So I've always helped other people. It's kind of been part of my life. I don't know why.
Part of being Irish.
I think so. Maybe it is born and bred. But I was doing a lot of research on Parkinson's and ways that I could help. And I knew Michael J. Fox had a foundation. And I stumbled across that he had a Team Fox, which are runners that do all these types of runs to help raise money for his foundation, whether it's biking or running. And I thought, oh my God, that's amazing. Maybe I could do that. And then I said, that's it. Go to run a marathon. And my mindset was, if I can run 26, if I can push my body to run 26.2 miles, I get my mom to fight to just continue and beat this disease. And that was my mindset behind all that. And I've documented my journey since February, every single day up till now. And she sees that. So she can actually log on and see what I'm doing. I've documented my videos working out, talking about my days, taking photographs, sharing a little bit about my mom. And it's just wonderful because it's a way for us to connect. And also, you know, I want to inspire and motivate other people that are really, really struggling with this diagnosis, whether it's a loved one that they're taking care of. I mean, it's horrific to see somebody decline like that on you and not be able to do anything about it and know the inevitable is going to happen. It's so devastating. So if that can, I don't know, just empower somebody to be able to, you know, fight more, because I do believe that the mind is a powerful tool. I do believe we have the power to heal ourselves. And, you know, if we put it out there to the universe that we want to get better and we want more out of life, the universe will listen. I used to think that was foo-foo crap for many, many years. Really, I did. But now I really, really understand that mindset and being positive and the power of connectivity is it all goes hand in hand, and it aligns itself with you. If you put it out, you'll receive it back.
It's
so
everything. Well, I'll tell
it
you,
is.
it's the reason you and I are having a conversation right now.
Right.
Your
right.
positivity and energy was coming out of your eyeballs. And who would not want to know more about that and have more of that? And I did not know that about your mom. And I'm, you know, just so proud. And of course, I want to reach through this Zoom and give you a big hug, but, you know, I couldn't even because of the pandemic. But, you know, we could do a virtual hug at the end.
Thank you.
It's so admirable to do that. And I'm quite sure it's giving your mom a ton of hope. And just, it has to be so heartwarming for her to know that you are doing this. And I know that you had mentioned, you know, the marathon has been canceled. One of my absolute favorite humans and doctors in the world, Dr. Laura, has been running the marathon for 10 years now.
Wow.
In Clearwater. And I'm sure he's devastated as well that he won't be running it this year, but I'll have to connect you now.
You have to connect us for sure.
Yes.
And I'm still running it. I'm still running it here on October 11th. I have to figure out the logistics of where we're going to do it. Probably one of the trails. I'm thinking where there's bathroom breaks and water to stop. But yeah, so she doesn't just get me to do it once, she gets me to do it twice for her. So
that's love.
She better stay in the game.
That's love. That's wonderful. So now tell me, Carol, about this, you know, this keto that, you know, it's on your t-shirt. It's on, you know, I have seen some of your workouts. I love them because I'm going to say, I'm not the type to say I'll never do something. I'm never running a marathon though. I'm a 5K'er, you know,
awesome.
That's, for me, it's torture. I don't run in heat. I'm, you know, from New York, so heat and heat don't get along. Why do you move to Tampa Bay then? Central air and a pool. But I do think that it's quite, I mean, anybody, like when Dr. Laura runs this marathon every year, now he ran, it was my birthday last year when he ran it. So I thanked Chicago for having it on my birthday first, but he was recording himself a message to me as he was running.
Oh.
And it's all, just like you said, you'll love him because he talks, it's all about your mindset. You know, the physical, of course, but so much about your thoughts, not saying, you know, taking over and saying you can't do this.
Right.
So before you tell me about keto, I want you to make mention of that because I know how mentally challenging it can be to run the way that you do. So what does that look like in your mind?
So when I first started back in February, I had a nagging issue, almost like a sciatic nerve issue that's been problematic for many, many years. So anytime I would be driving for long distances or running for over 5 miles, it would kick in and it would get really, really sore, and I'd get pain down the leg. Very, very, very painful. So I knew I needed to get some type of PT or some type of, holistic approach to get this sorted if I'm going to try and run 26.2 miles. So that's where I started off. And it's just been a slow process. I couldn't run for more than 1 minute when I first started without pain. Now I'm up to 13 miles. So I still have a ways to go. But it's, again, I focus on, small steps every day, making that one shift better every single day. Don't focus on how far you have to go. Focus on how far you've come. And that is going to ignite you and keep you in the game. Consistency, perseverance, hard work every single day. You'll get your goals, you'll get to success, and you'll reach that finish line no matter what it will be. So I just you're going to have good and bad days, but you've got to keep your mindset strong and just focus on your why. Why are you doing this? I think your why is your biggest reason in helping you achieve your goals in life. And if your why isn't strong enough for you, find a reason that is strong enough for you. Maybe it's your mom, maybe it's your brother, maybe it's somebody that is very close to you that's fighting a disease or something that you really, really care about. Find that why, find that purpose, and use that to ignite you and fuel you further. That's going to keep you in the game when everyone get out there and run when it's nice and chilly and you're feeling great and you're energetic. It doesn't look the same when you're tired and you've had a bad day, or you're not feeling well, or it's really, really hot out, or whatever the case may be. Those are the days when you have to have that mental mind block that's going to shift you forward and say, nope, today is today, today is today. And I find when you reach a point, either with your work or working out, whatever it is that you're working for, it's all about rituals. If you have a routine, you do something every single day for so long. I believe it's 90 days. After 90 days, it becomes a habit. So if I miss a day or I'm not supposed to work out, I find it hard. I'm fighting with myself to not do something because I'm so used to doing it.
Oh, 100%.
So it's like a muscle. It's like a muscle that's built up over time. We know we put our keys every day. We know, to grab X, Y, and Z when we go out the door. It's the same thing when you introduce something new to your life. So that's what keeps me in the game. My mom, my son, and just knowing that I'm doing it for other people that may be, struggling. That's what keeps me in the fight.
I love it. So tell us about keto. Who doesn't want to know keto?
Oh, I could talk all day about keto. So quickly, so how I came across this amazing drink. It was literally 5 days before the 10K Skyway last year. I was about to do that. And
you did that?
Yeah, I did that too, yeah.
Oh my God.
It actually is not as steep as you think. The Clearwater bridges are steeper. The Clearwater bridges, the Iron Girl are actually, I feel like they're steeper. There's actually nice incline on the Skyway. It's not as brutal as you think it is. It looks like a monster from afar, but it's actually not. It's actually very, very nice. And it was a beautiful race to run, by the way, and to know that the proceeds were 100% were given back to the vets was amazing. And it was an emotional run too, because my brother was in the he was in the military. He was a Marine. Thank you. He was a Marine. So I did it for him and others that have fought too for the country. And so yeah, it was 5 days before the 10K Skyway, and I normally would take this product that was in the vitamin store, and it was kind of gives you an extra burst of energy. And of course, it was taken off the market, wasn't good for your liver. So I was like, I need something, right? So I was like, I need something. What am I going to do? And I was attending Pure Bar at the time. I'm a Pure Bar girl. It's kind of like, I don't know if you know Pure Bar. It's like small isometric movements, right? Very, very, very amazing.
Oh, so
And
I've only done Pure Bar online.
oh,
I'm
you
not,
have?
yes, I do Beachbody. I hate the name of that company, and I would say it right here. I don't think anybody should be trying to get a beach body. I think they should be getting a healthy body. It's
Right.
nice if it looks better on the beach, but I think it's
Sure.
the wrong messaging, just like I think anti-aging of this product that I love right here. I'm not a big fan of the term anti-aging, but yes, I think that Pure Bar is amazing, and I love doing it. So that's how you got ignited at Pure Bar.
That's how I got ignited. Exactly. So I knew a friend of mine was doing something, and I asked her if I could have a sample. And she said, "What do you need it for?" And I said, "I need energy for my race." She goes, "Absolutely, consider it done." And I said, "Okay, we'll see how it goes." And I took it. I put the packet in water the next day, shook it up, and I drank it. And literally within 30 minutes, my brain lit up like a Christmas tree. I've never felt more alive. I felt like this was illegal, the way I was feeling, because I felt so good.
It
I
was
don't
like,
do drugs. I don't do drugs, but I'm like, is this close to what it feels like on drugs? Because I feel like a different person right now. And it just got better and better. My energy was just through the roof. I started seeing changes in my diet, and I wasn't even focusing on changes in my diet. I wasn't craving the sugars and coffee like I originally was. I mean, I literally I'd make the pot of coffee in the morning, and I would drink out of it like multiple times a day, hot or cold, and just drink and drink. And I wouldn't eat very much, but that was my diet. And then I would eat like a meal late at night, and then probably crack open a bottle of wine and just, unwind. And, and that was the day. And it just took the cravings of the alcohol away, the coffee cravings away. I was satiated longer, meaning like I was going up until 1, 2 o'clock without even eating. So this intermittent fasting, which I knew nothing about at the time, was taking place, and I just never felt more alive. I was sleeping better, and I was a better mom. I was happier. My mood was changing. I just felt like no matter what happened in the day, I was able to handle it better. So I didn't realize how much I needed this. I needed so much more than energy. And I really wasn't thriving before, but now I was. Now I knew what it felt like to actually have energy again. I thought it was a natural process to be napping in the afternoon as a mom, right? And to be feeling a little under the weather and da 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 da. But I'm like, no, you shouldn't be napping, and you should feel alive. Every day you wake up, it's a new day. You should be happy it's a new day, and not be like, oh my God, it's Monday again. I can't wait till the weekend. Like, we have 7 days to make a great week. Right? 7 days. Monday should be the first day that you start and turn over a new leaf, beginning of another great week. Start Monday as you wish to continue all week long. So it just like I said, it got better and better. I lost 10 pounds in 10 days, and I wasn't even looking for fat loss, but that's one of the amazing, incredible benefits of this. And here I am 18 months later. I knew how powerful it was, and I wanted to share it with the world. I didn't know anything about keto, so I started doing a lot of research before I got involved with it. And what I was finding was like this was evidence based. It was doctor approved, doctor researched, 7 patents on this. It was the keto diet. Everybody pretty much knows the keto diet. It's really not a fad. The keto diet has been around for many years. I mean, we were born into ketosis, believe it or not. Babies are born into ketosis. The mother, when she's breastfeeding, she's in ketosis. So keto diets are high fat, medium protein, low carbohydrates, and the only way to stay in ketosis is really watching your micros and your macros. It's very hard to do long term. And, and anything can knock you out of ketosis. I didn't realize that, not even from what you're eating, but it could be, not enough sleep, too much sleep. It's a very fine balance, and only very few people can do it.
Right. So let me just say that, because I like the audience to know just as much as whoever I bring on, my own transparency about things. And because I've had the great pleasure of working with so many doctors through the years, I've been able to be the guinea pig for many, whatever program was out there. So I have, in my early 30s, the first thing I did was like Weight Watchers, which I think is what everybody did. And that's really what catapulted me onto this, even thinking about my weight as much, because now I'm in this program, and it's discipline. So as you mentioned before, for me, I have to have discipline in my life. I have to do something every day. It just keeps me going. Like I woke up this morning, I did my workout, I did my meditation, and then I work. I don't do it the other way around, because then my day will just be a mess, because I'll be thinking about missing meditation or missing my workout. And it just keeps me sharper in terms of all the things that need to be done as a female entrepreneur. But anyway, and so I just started this, and I even said, I'm not telling anybody that I'm doing keto, because that's what now people are going to ask me about it. And to me, it's annoying. So good for you. I'm glad you're talking about it and not me, because I don't know what I'm doing. If somebody was to listen to me, they'd be screwed. Because, I text my friend in New York and I was like, so what are you eating every day? And he's like, oh, I'm eating chicken salad. I'm like, perfect. I have chicken salad. I'm never going to do things perfectly, but I know for me, which I tried to explain this recently to a doctor friend of mine, I need a plan. I can't not be on a plan of some sort, because to my own device, I will starve myself through the day unintentionally because of work. And then I'm going to eat crap, and then I'm going to go to bed, where, you might think that it's a good thing that you're not eating during the day. And I'm always like, how come I gain weight? I barely eat anything. But whatever it is, and when I'm doing it, it's just bad. So I wanted to say that, so everybody, all 5 of my family members listening right now, I'm kidding. And Carol's, that's 10. Well, actually, you're 17. There's probably a lot now watching, but I'm never going to be the poster child for any one thing, because I think that everybody should do what works for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what I was going to say to you was, so this is basically a drink. It's not a diet. You just incorporate this twice into your day, and you'll have all the amazing benefits of being in ketosis. You're literally burning fat for fuel. Your liver is when you're a fat burner, your liver metabolizes its own fat for fuel and spits out ketones, which are incredible, which makes you feel amazing. You get that better mood, better sleep, better focus, mental clarity. The satiated longer, cravings of sugar goes away, fat loss, better sleep, all of these, better digestion, all these amazing things happen to us, right? But like I said, it's very, very hard to do if you're on a ketogenic diet and you're not doing it appropriately. So what I do is I don't follow a ketogenic diet. What it's done for me has been a lifestyle change. It's just helped me control the the sugar cravings. So, just make those small shifts in your life. Can you go without the burger bun for lunch today? Can you have, the eggs and bacon and sausage or whatever you have for breakfast without the toast? Can you maybe add, some green vegetables with your protein and have a clean protein as something that's fried? Just small shifts like that will start happening. But, I do 80% low carb and 20% live my life, because I feel like you need a little bit of everything in your life. Otherwise,
you'll
go off the rails.
Of pizza, Carol.
Absolutely. Everybody
should not move to America to not have a piece of pizza.
I know. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I live my life, I live my life and I enjoy it, but I'm not watching my food intake anymore. Working out, I feel like I was working out harder and longer and not seeing the aesthetic changes in my body the way I used to. I used to be very, very thin. I was very blessed with a fast metabolism when I was younger. I was very skinny for a long time, probably underweight. I was 98 pounds for a long, long time. So, when I got into my 30s.
When I was born.
You're You're hilarious. So when you get into my 30s and having the boys, you know, the weight shift, my metabolism shift, and then that's when I started, you know, finding those areas that I was putting on the weight, you know, my midsection, backs of my arms, my bum, you know, my thighs. And even working out the way I was and eating the way I wasn't seeing the changes. That all changed when I incorporated the drink into my life. So I just literally do one drink, one serving in the morning, shake it up over ice, drink it within 30, 40 minutes. I eat when I'm hungry, and I do the other serving in the afternoon. And I'm able to live the best life ever, you know, and it's just been a game changer for me. You know, like I said, you know, I've got more energy, my workouts are more on point, I've got more focus and attention for my kids. I multitask like never before. And I feel like there's no reason why nobody else shouldn't feel like this.
Yeah, you should share all the good stuff with everybody else. Don't
Absolutely.
be damn selfish, Carol, for fuck's sake.
Absolutely.
So,
and that's what I'm here.
So I wanted, because the attention span of the world today is about late, we're going to have to end this. We'd like to talk to you all day because it's probably the most invigorating conversation I'll have today, besides the one with my husband, I'm sure, that's in the kitchen, who I love with all my heart and soul.
Oh,
I do. Two things I want to know. Number one, why did you move to America from Ireland?
okay. That was simple. Yeah.
Right. And then the second one, these are personal things I want to know. All right, there's three. I want to know how you met your husband, who's from New York. Okay.
Sure.
And that's here. And then number three, I want to know, I think I have the answer, but I want to know what you do for your mental wellness every day.
Okay. So how myself and my husband met is I was on a J1 visa, working visa from Ireland to travel and work in the United States. And we were supposed to stay in New York City for the summer, and that didn't work out as planned. And somehow we ended up in Virginia Beach, and Andrew had just finished culinary school, and it was his first job at an Italian restaurant, Rigatoni's. And somehow I walked in there many, many times and it was closed. But this one day it was open. I walked in and asked to speak to the front office manager. And as I'm sitting down having a quick interview with her, it's crazy. Somebody told her that one of the bus guys called in and they were short. And she says, "Do you want to start today?" And I was like, okay. I had no waitressing experience at all. So that was it. I started that night, and Andrew was the head chef. That was his first job. And we didn't talk for the longest time until one night at a party. And that night we spoke, and we were inseparable from that moment on. And at the end of the summer.
So it's true what they say. It's true what they say. Virginia Beach is for lovers. Got it.
Virginia Beach is for lovers. It really is.
I never knew that until now.
Yeah. And at the end of the summer, I asked him to come back with me, and he said yes. Rented a U-Haul. We drove to Buffalo, New York, introduced me to his mom, says, "Hi, Mom, this is Carol, and we're moving to Ireland." Mm-hmm. And he packed his bags, left his job, and he left everything he knew behind him to go to a country like he'd never stepped out of the United States before.
Wow.
So that was the beginning of us kind of our relationship. It was crazy, and everyone said we were crazy and we were mad. And here we are 20 years together, 20 years married.
That's why we never listen to people that tell us that we're crazy. Right. Actually, we do. When we hear that, we go, "Oh, I'm on the right track." This is exactly what I should be doing.
You're young and foolish, right? That's what they say about the young, you know. So, and then we spent time traveling back and forth over the years from the United States to Ireland. We lived in Buffalo for a while, then went back to Ireland. And then, like I said, we moved here on a whim in 2004, and we've been here ever since and absolutely love it. So that's our story.
I love that. So what about what you do for your mental wellness every day?
Mental wellness. Well, I wake up and I if I don't say it out loud, I try and write it down, 5 to 10 things that I'm grateful for every day. Affirmations is another one too. I try and write down my affirmation for the day and say it out loud. I also, if I can, at some point in the day, listen to either a podcast of something motivational, some music, something that's going to just pour into me and brighten up my day. And I like to dance. I dance
I
a lot
love
in the
that.
kitchen. I
What
love to dance.
podcast are you listening to, Carol?
Well, I listen to BU a lot.
Okay.
BU, Brian Underwood. I listen to Jen Cohen. I think that's her last name, Jen Cohen. I love listening to
The Doctor Whisperer.
the Doctor Whisperer. Yes, the Doctor Whisperer. That's definitely coming up. And David Goggins. I love to listen to David Goggins.
Yeah, he's fantastic. That's
Yeah.
great. That
So
makes sense.
yes. So I like to listen to some of the motivational sports athletes and fitness endurance people. I think they have a lot of cool stuff to say. So that's kind of like how I started, and definitely moving my body every day. Movement is so important, and I'm not saying to everybody, you know, go out and run a marathon or go out and do a 5K every day, you know, but move your body, you know, whatever that looks like for you, even if it's 5 minutes, it helps so much with your mental health. If you move your body,
Move
you
a
move your
muscle,
mind.
change a thought, everybody. Move a muscle, change
Absolutely.
a thought.
Absolutely.
So, Carol,
yes.
it's been such a pleasure having you today.
Thank you.
I am
Thank you.
so excited. Everybody, if you really want to be motivated, I am telling you, you need to follow Carol on her Facebook page. It's fantastic. You'll never get sick of the accent, and you'll never get sick of the energy for sure. It's been
Thank you.
pleasure.
Can I also say, so I'm raising money. I never said that. I'm raising money for the Michael J. Fox Foundation. As an athlete for the foundation, I'm pledging to raise 2,500. I'm already at the halfway mark, which is fantastic. But I need all the support and help I can get. So if anybody would like to support, you know, me and my mom, the mission for the Michael J. Fox Foundation, and just so we can find a cure for Parkinson's, you can follow my page with documenting my journey called Running to Save My Mom on Facebook.
Beautiful. Running to Save My Mom. We will add it to the show notes, and we'll make sure that everybody follows you. And I look forward to continuing on this journey with you and hearing more. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Carol.
Thank you so much, Sharon. I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. So don't forget, if you mention that you have seen the show or listened to the podcast, Tadhg Technology, 3 months for free.